Okay, first I gotta thank a friend of mine for inspiration to do this. Andy, thank you. Guys, follow. Oh my good lord! I know that his new channel is uh, was it Twitter Talk Sucks, something like that. I'll post it in here. But he has another channel, and I can't remember the name of it, and that's terrible. I didn't get much sleep. But I wanted to thank you for that, Andy, because you inspired me to do this, and I didn't really think about it. It saves a lot of explanation for when people ask me. So I do get asked on occasion, especially when I still do some gaming, how I came up with the name Damage Plan. Some people think it's just a cool name. Well, the truth of the matter is I'm a big Dimebag Darrell fan. I'm an Eddie Van Halen and Dimebag Darrell fan. In fact, Andy, I'm sure you'll recognize something like this. That's my baby, my Dean. Um, the band that Dimebag played in when he was shot and killed was called Damage Plan. Uh, when he was shot and killed, it broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie. Just it hurt probably more than Eddie because well Eddie was older and Eddie had cancer, so I was kind of half expecting that. But anyway, we were playing a game called Final Fantasy XI. This is an online MMORPG, and my wife was running the link show in there. It's the same thing as a guild. Well, she didn't want to do it anymore. She wanted me to take over, and I told her if I take over, we're going to use a different link shell. Well, a friend of mine and I had created link shells for so that we could do. It was called Ballista, I think. It was basically you could do two teams. It was one of the only forms of PvP on the game, and we thought it'd be fun if we divided the link shell up into two groups. And the best way to do that was to have two other link shells. I was going to call it Metal Militia. I believe that name was already taken. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to do something in tribute to Dimebags, so I named it Damage Plan. So that link shell that was supposed to be just like a scrim link shell ended up being our main link shell, and for a while. When that game went to hell in a handbasket, we jumped to a few games. Damage Plan came with us. We eventually ended up on Guild Wars 2, where again I was the leader. My wife finally decided to be my co-leader, and a real good friend of mine from Washington, Soggy Bottoms, Troy. So the three of us pretty much led. Now they deferred all the big decisions to me, which is fine. I don't mind that. But I was also a commander on there. And of course, you have to have a short name, so we went with DGP. Um, DGP, for any of those that played during the same time, you folks know that we actually made a name for ourselves. We started out as a small six-man. We we would sneak in and take things that nobody else would take. And we eventually started building from there and got pretty big before we left that. But anyway, that's where the name came from. Like I said, I'm a big Dimebag fan. Um, and Eddie Van Halen, their style's very similar. Just Dimebag is obviously a lot heavier. Um, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go through and give the story behind it because, well, I'll tell you one side story. When Dime was murdered, I ran into my cousin in a Walmart and we were talking about it. And the funny thing is there were two girls that heard us, and they were from Ohio. They were from the same town where this happened, and they obviously heard about it and came up to us when they heard us and said, please don't hold the town responsible like I would." But I held the one responsible. Anyway, I just wanted to pass that along. I probably rambled a little bit, but yeah, it's something. I haven't posted on YouTube in a while. This gives me something.